What is going on, guys? Ghost Tendency back here again with another episode of ReZero. We're on episode 21 today, and if you check the link down in the description below, you can take a look at my reaction. I want to say I'm not surprised that Wilhelm survived, but at the same time, I was so convinced that he was going to die last episode that I can't say that now. You know, it just... I want to be like, oh yeah, of course he's alive, but I was so convinced he was going down last episode, so... I don't know, but I'm glad he is alive. I'm glad we get more time with him because he's a really cool character, and I love to see it, man. I wanted to see more with him in the show, so I'm glad he is alive, and I hope we do get to see a good bit more of him going forward, and we don't just kind of leave him in the dust, you know, behind as the story moves on. Yeah, so like I mentioned at the end of this episode, I'm very curious if the witch has any kind of knowledge when a sin disappears, because the whale was a sin, right? So we got rid of one. I don't know if she gets like any kind of knowledge when that happens, or any kind of like she feels it or anything like that, you know, when one of them dies. And again, like I said, I don't know if she's the actual final villain of this show. They've painted her to be the main villain, but I don't know if there's something above her, because as far as I know, she's one of the sins. So how, you know, what made the sins then in that case, right? That's my main question, because I don't know what to think on that. Like I said, it kind of gives me a Full Metal Alchemist vibe to it, not just because of the sins, but you know, well, just my way of thinking of it is kind of aligned with Full Metal Alchemist, because, you know, and once again, I mentioned this in the, you know, after the episode, but mild spoilers for Full Metal Alchemist if you haven't seen it. It's just gonna be about 10 seconds. I'm gonna discuss it. But yeah, so Father in Full Metal Alchemist, I'm wondering if we're gonna get an equivalent of that in this show. That's all I was wondering, because I don't know. There has to be some source to these sins, right? I mean, as far as we know, the witch is the most universally known, and she's one of them. So, what made her, right? That's what I'm wondering. I guess we'll have to find out. Or I mean, maybe she's just the original one or something, and she made all the others, and nothing really made her. I don't know. Well, we'll just have to find out as the story goes on. But yeah, really good episode. This show tends to leave off on points where it's kind of, you know, vague as to what we're gonna get into next, and I like that because it's kind of that mysterious element that draws you back in. You're like, okay, where are we gonna go from this point? Because it doesn't really give you a hint as to what's next, and that's pretty cool, you know, when you close these little mini arcs. But yeah, really good episode, and can't wait to get into the next one, honestly. So until then, guys, hopefully you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next episode of ReZero. Take it easy, everyone.